reading?
The Harvard Medical School special report on better balance. They've got some good yoga exercises here.
That's pretty good.
It's kind of dark in here though. You mind turning that light on?
Yeah, sure. You want to take a look at that?
Oh yeah, sure. Hang on. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Nate.
I'm Mikey.
We're here to help you
Improve your balance.
So today we're going to be doing a yoga exercise from the Harvard Medical School Better Balance Special Report. So basically all you're going to need is a chair and a clear space, kind of a sticky mat. Yoga does an excellent job of strengthening and stretching muscles essential for balance. So they are absolutely right. And we're going to show you 7 easy poses that you can do today to start improving your balance. So we're going to start with something called mountain pose. And this can be done sitting or standing. So Michael will show you the seated version and I'll show you the standing version. So first of all, if you're standing, bring your feet close together and let your spine just lengthen. Imagine that there's a little string at the very crown of your head lifting you up slightly. Your palms turn out and open. And if you're sitting, you can either have your hands resting down or up. And again, think of that string at the very top of your head. Imagine you're lifting straight up. All right? And just take a few moments to tune into your body today. Just scan through your fingertips. Feel the sensations on your palms. If you're standing, notice the subtle movements in your body. And notice your breath flowing through you. Just take a few minutes to let your mind sink into your body. And one more full breath in. And a long exhale out. Alright, and if your eyes are closed, you can open them. So next we're going to move into a tree pose. And this is a classic balance position. There's several different variations, so go ahead and stand up. And you can use a chair actually in front of you or to the side if you want to have a little extra support. If you're near a wall, you can also use that. Or if you want to challenge, you can try it without. So we'll start again with the feet close together, and let's start with shifting your weight to one side and turn one foot out, okay? So your hip is actually rotating out here. The first version is just the toe touching down, kind of like a kickstand on a bike, okay? And even from here, you want to start engaging that outer hip. So you want to avoid the hip kind of sliding and shifting off. Keep it engaged and firm. All right, now if you want to go a little higher up, you can bring the foot to the calf. All right, and from the side view, you can see you're working on bringing the knee out to the side. So your hip is opening up like a hinge here. All right, and already you can probably feel your balance wobbling a little bit. That's a good sign. It means the muscles that we're trying to work on are activating. Okay, and if you want to take it further, you don't have to, but if you're wanting to, you can take the leg up to the inner thigh. You want to pass the knee though. The knee is a nice little ledge, but you don't want to push your knee sideways. So it's either above or below. And actually sometimes having it below the knee is even harder. We often think this is a more advanced pose, but sometimes it's actually harder to hold it lower. So do what's most challenging, but still safe for you. All right, and now a few other ways you can challenge yourself if you're here is to raise your arms up, or you could bring them together in front of you. And another version, of course, if you close your eyes, it becomes very challenging, and that's where you want to touch something, have something nearby to catch you if you lose your balance. All right, come on down. Now switch. other leg, so turn that foot out and either just touch the toe down. And actually this can be quite challenging for a lot of us. Next version, if you want to go higher, bring it to the calf or up to the thigh. Think of your whole body elongating and lengthening, so you're extending up like a tree, and you can even visualize your feet kind of spreading out like roots and digging in and absorbing into the ground. Good. Kind of firm. Imagine that outer hip is moving toward the center line. Don't let it slough off to the edge. Keep it strong. Take another full breath here. And come on down. Nicely done. So I should mention also that's a hard one to do with shoes on, okay? It's not comfortable to put your shoes, so do it without shoes if you're going to be touching it against your leg, all right? And also sometimes it can be slippery if you have slippery pants on, so just be aware of that. So our next one we're going to do is a back bend. So I'll show you side view. Mike will show you the front view. So basically bring your feet close together and then clasp your hands and then just reach upward. And you can point your index fingers up and lengthen your spine. And there's a little back bend here. Now you want to avoid really collapsing into your lower back. So don't make it all happen in your lower back. You don't need to shift your hips forward. Think of your hips staying above your ankles, and think of your spine elongating all the way up to your upper back, okay? Nice full breath here. Think of zipping up the whole body, the feet, the thighs, the core, the torso, everything kind of engaging and activating, toning into the center line as you arch. Nice full breath. And exhale, let your arms come out to the side and down. Slight bend of your knees. And just wait for it. Let the blood flow back. Let your breath settle. Sometimes those back bends you can get a little dizzy or disoriented, so take it slow here. Alright, then after a back bend, a good counter pose is a forward bend. And for this one, you can use a chair also, or even a wall or a windowsill. And so just make a comfortable distance between your feet and then fold forward from your hips. Alright, and if you want, you can press against the wall or a window ledge or the chair. And think of stretching the back of your spine, so the spine is getting longer, and also the backs of your legs. Now it's okay to keep your knees bent just a little bit. In fact, it's probably a good idea to start with your knees bent, and then you're gradually moving them toward straight, but you don't want to lock your knees. You don't need to force it here. So when your knees are bent, you can still feel the stretch in your hamstrings, but you can control it much more easily. So nice slow breathing here. Think of the whole spine and the body lengthening, elongating. And when you've got this nice support of a chair or a wall, you can really stay with the forward bend for a nice long while. Alright, take one more full breath in, and long exhale out. Bend your knees and slowly rise back up, and return. Alright, so the next one is a crescent lunge. So this is similar to a warrior one. And so the warrior one, basically you're going to step either forward or backward, and it's just like you're taking a big step. So your feet are lined up, about each one in front of the hip. And the back, yeah, if you want to show the side view here. So the back heel is down to start off with, and the front foot is flat, and the knee is lined up with the front ankle. What happens a lot of times is we have a weaker adductor or abductor, so the inner or outer thigh, and so often the leg, the knee kind of goes haywire, in or out. Now, what you want to work on is keeping your knee aligned with your ankle, so keeping it nice and straight. And then you can raise your arms up. And often now when you look up, this is when you can lose your balance, right? Because you lose visual connection with the ground. So it's okay to also have a chair or something, and you could have one hand just touching lightly, and then the other hand can arch up. And you could even trade and try both hands and alternate and see which one feels better. Yeah, or holding the wall works. Good. Nice full breath here. Think of the spine elongating. All right, now step forward and then switch. So take the other foot back and we'll do the other side. And now there's a little bit more challenging version that you can do. And if you lift your back heel up and you balance up on the ball of the foot, suddenly your base of support becomes a little more narrow, right? So this is going to make your balance a little bit harder. So it's going to challenge it, and you can try that. And then if you want to raise one hand or both hands, you can. And finally, the last thing is, if you're comfortable and if you feel safe, and especially if you're touching something, you can try closing your eyes. So remember the 5 factors of balance: your strength, reflexes, proprioception, inner ear, and vision. So when you take away one of these, take away your vision, the other 4 have to work even harder. This is one way you can improve your balance, is to practice non-visual balance. It's harder, right?
Yeah, I definitely start to sway.
Yeah. So the proprioceptors, the senses, and the reflexes have to really pick up the slack when you close your eyes. All right, come back down. Nicely done. All right, and then just take a breath there. All right. This is a really good pose, the crescent lunge, because we're sitting a lot during the day, so the hips are flexed. So any lunges, any chance you get to extend your hip joints is really good for your body. All right. So next we're going to do a triangle pose, and you can do this also with the chair. So what we'll have you do is, let's start on this side. We'll put the chair here. And so the heel and the arch, or the heel and the heel are lined up. So either one of those are fine. And it's a pretty wide stance. So take a big wide stance. The back foot will turn slightly in, and the front foot is straight out. Okay? So one foot slightly in, the other foot straight out. And it's okay to start off with the front knee bent just a little bit. And then extend your arms and lengthen the underside here. Yep, so you're stretching through here. And then the hand comes down and the front leg will straighten, and this arm will come up. And you can hold either the knee or the chair. Good. And so you can see how he's opening and rotating the chest here. It's really important that you feel safe. If you want to do this with your back against the wall, that's a really good way to start. And make sure you're not overdoing it on that front knee, okay? You don't want any part of your body having tons of pressure. Spread the stretch out. Good. And that hip is opening up toward the ceiling, little by little. Good. The important thing here, you're breathing smoothly and comfortably. Don't overdo it, and don't hold your breath. All right, when you're ready to come out, bend that front knee, and then use your legs to rise up. Good. And then let's switch sides. And at home, you can just turn around the other way. So bring...
Try with the wall
try
here.
with the wall, yeah. So go ahead and back up against the wall all the way.
Oh yeah, my back's here. It's sort of behind me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk along the wall here if I need to.
Yeah.
And then try to even lean if you really want to, help get the chest open.
Yeah.
You can lean up against it. If you're not working on the balance as much, you kind of just want to work on the stretch. It's a good way to do it.
Yeah. Very nice. Yep, and the legs are engaged. You're keeping them firm. And really the breath. This is the secret to yoga. If you can tune into your breath, you're going to unite that mind-body connection. Very nice. Full breathing here. Just give your body time. This can be a complicated pose, and it can take time before it's comfortable. Yeah, so he's now not leaning against the wall, so you can start off against the wall and just gradually kind of wean yourself off of it. When you're ready to come out, bend that front knee a little bit, use your legs to press down and rise back up. All right, and just stand for a moment, let the sensations flow through, take a breath. Nicely done. And we've got one more, the Warrior 2. So you can basically, similar to the Crescent lunge, take a big step forward or back, either way. And for this one, the back foot now is perpendicular. So your back foot is 90 degrees from your front foot. So it's a pretty wide stance. You're going to feel your hips opening. And then let your arms float up. Good. And you can kind of shuffle around a little, find just the right angle, the arms parallel. Again, check that the knee stays right above the ankle. You don't want it going haywire. And this can be, because you have such a narrow base of support, this can actually be a pretty challenging balance pose, especially if you close your eyes. So give it a try if you want to challenge yourself, and as soon as you start to lose your balance, just open your eyes again. Nicely done. All right, step forward and pause there. Now take the other foot, step back, and check that the feet, so your back foot is perpendicular, so it's turned all the way out, and the front foot is all the way forward, so it's a 90-degree angle. Extend your arms. One thing that can happen in Warrior 2 is sometimes you'll kind of lean forward like this. Instead, try to keep your spine stacked, nice and vertical, so your torso is straight up and down, okay, for the most part. And if you want to deepen the stretch, you can just simply step wider or move the knee forward. Another common problem is that the stance is too short and the knee is way over the ankle. If that's happening, take a bigger step. Keep your knee right above the ankle, and you still want to feel the hips opening here. Find your breath smooth and steady. If your arms get tired, it's okay to let them down for a little bit or shrug them off. And if you haven't yet, try with your eyes closed, even just for a little while. Feel that wiggle and wobble. That's good for your balance. All right, next inhale, step forward and bring your feet back to mountain pose, right where we began. Let your body relax and settle in. Notice the sensations moving through you. Notice any changes that you feel since the first mountain pose we did. Alright, nice job today. So this is our gentle yoga workout from the Harvard Medical School Balance Program. How's it feel?
That's great. I just love doing just a little bit of these throughout the day, especially those back bends. It's so common just to be forward oriented, and so just throughout the day, now that I know these poses and I've done these, I can just do a little bit throughout the day. I feel like I don't have to go to as many classes and spend all that time if I just am aware of my body and know that I need to do some back extensions, some twists, all right, and feel a little tension. You have the tools now to start, doing a little bit throughout the day. You're at the bus stop, wherever, don't worry about whatever people think, just stretch out, feel good, get some squats going, that's really, I think, the point of this all.
Yeah, if you need to turn the lights out for any reason.
Exactly, it's helpful.
Alright, well, thanks so much for watching. I'm Nate.
I'm Mikey.
And until next time,
stay balanced, my friends.